Hi all, this video is going to be dedicated to Maverik, Adventure's first stop. No subliminal advertising in there, huh? It's good hot chocolate. Alright, I actually know the Nitro Man. If you know a little bit about Maverik gas stations, you know a little bit about, they got this guy who likes to go around and he's got this backpack, whatchamacallit, camel pack on his back, and he goes around and he's giving little prizes out to winners of people who go to the gas station. It's pretty cool. He's a really nice guy. Just don't ever play football with him because I've seen him crack ribs. I'm not lying. I saw him do that at the Turkey Bowl once. Okay, so what's that got to do with this problem? I don't know. Just a good intro. So we're going to solve a rational equation, okay? I'll find some way to tie Maverik back in. So in order to do this, we need to get a common denominator. So first of all, we got to factor. This x squared minus 4 is going to factor to x plus 2 and x minus 2, correct? So now that it's factored, my LCD here is going to be x plus 2, x minus 2, as it turns out. Now, when you're going around solving these things, you've got to keep this in mind. What can x not be? What will make the denominator go to 0? What will crack the ribs of this problem? Ooh, there it is. Cracked ribs. Well, it can't be a negative 2 and a positive 2, right? Because that'll crack the ribs of this problem. If we get an answer that's a 2, it'll make this denominator go to 0. If we get a denominator that's a negative 2, it'll make this denominator go to 0. It'll break this problem up, so just like breaking a rib. Just like the Nitro Man did to that one football player I saw. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to clear out this denominator. I don't like working with denominators. So I'm going to multiply everything through by x plus 2, x minus 2. And that's all 4 terms, right? My first term here. My second term here. My third term here. And then this guy as well. This 0 on the other side of the equal sign. Yes, even the other side of the equal sign is going, the other side of the equation is also going to drop out. So let's see what we can get to drop here. My next stage, I should not have any more fractions, right? So my x plus 2 drops here, my x minus 2 drops here, my x minus 2 drops here in the second term. In the third term, my x plus 2 will drop. And in the third term, in my other side of the equation, that's still going to be a 0, right? Because 0 times anything is 0 there. So let's see what we've got left. My first term, the only thing I have left is a 6. My second term, the only thing I have left is a 3x times a quantity of x plus 2. My third term is going to be 3 times a quantity of x minus 2. And on the other side of the equation, it's still 0. So let's distribute the 3x through here in the second term and a 3 through here on the third term. So I got 6 plus the 3x squared plus 6x plus 3x minus 6 equals 0. Collecting like terms on the left, I'll have my 3x squared plus 9x, and I've got 6 minus 6, that drops out, and that will equal 0. So we're going to have to factor at this point because I'm going to use a 0 product rule in order to make this thing solve. So I'll factor out a 3x. When I do that, I'll be left with an x in the first term and a plus 3 in the second term. And you can check to make sure you factored this out right by distributing back through. 3x times x is 3x squared. 3x times 3 is 9x, so yeah, I've got it. Okay, so we can use the 0 product rule now. What we're looking at is 3x equals 0, and we're also looking at 3x plus 3 equals 0. Now on this first one, we're going to divide by 3. And that'll tell us that this guy is going to be x equals 0. And over here, we'll subtract a 3 to both sides. And this will tell me that I've got x equaling a negative 3. Okay, so we've got to make sure to check our restrictions. We said that x could not be a -2 or a +2, right? So we're good there because my answers are 0 and -3. So I've got two answers for this problem. Now there are instances where your solution one of the two answers might be one of these restrictions, in which case you call that an extraneous solution, which means you got to throw it out. There are also cases where your answers here are all going to end up being something within your restrictions, in which case you throw that out and you've got no solution. So just kind of keep that in mind as you go solving these things, okay? That ought to do it.